Let it breathe. Just rest. Let it breathe. Just rest. Just rest. Then one morning, nothing called me, and I didn't reach to answer. And the silence didn't scare me, and I thought, maybe this is where I live now. Still ground, I found it late. Still ground, but not too late. Still ground, beneath the weight. Still ground, I know my name. There's a version of myself I kept stored on a shelf the one who needed to be seen, who filled the gaps within between relationships and restless nights, and borrowed moods and borrowed lights. I wore his face for a long time. I spoke his lines, I kept his climb towards something always out of reach. Some better life, some better speech, some better room, some better door, and always finding one floor more, until the climbing lost its point, until the hunger lost its joint. Between the wanting and the why, until I stopped and let it lie. Not giving up, not falling down, just finally letting the ground be enough. Just letting the quiet be a place I actually live in. Still grounded, I found it late. Still grounded, but not too late. Still grounded beneath the weight. Still grounded, I know, man. I don't need the room to know me. I don't need the noise to hold me. I don't need the crowd to fill whatever used to feel like empty. I have learned to sit inside a moment with nowhere to hide, and not feel like I'm disappearing. That took years, that took clearing everything I thought I needed. Every story I'd repeated about who I was and what I lacked. I let it go, I don't want it go. Now I move through days like water, not in a hurry, not a martyr, not performing calm for anyone, just present, just begun, again and again. Each morning just the light, just the warming of a room. I chose to stay in just the breath, just the faith in nothing more than what is here. Still ground, oh no, it's still ground. The world will pull, it always does, with its direction and its buzz. And I will feel it, I'll be moved, but I'll remember what I proved to no one but myself. That I can't find the floor again, that still is not the same as numb. That quiet is not the same as done. That ground is something you come back to. Not something that you lose. Still ground, I found it late. Still ground, but not too late. Still ground, beneath the weight. Still ground, I know my name. Still ground. I see it when you look at me, not anger. Something older, something settled in your eyes, like weather that forgot to move on. I don't flinch, I don't look away. I just hold it the way you hold a room that no longer feels like yours, but you stay anyway. I know what this is, I've known for a while. I just haven't found the word that fits between staying and leaving. Oh, leaving. I can see it in your eyes. And what am I doing? Then what am I? What am I doing in your life? Some nights, the silence between us has a shape. I can almost put my hands around it. You move through the room like I'm not there, not cruel, just absent, like the decision was made somewhere. I wasn't invited and I keep showing up, and you keep not asking me to leave. And somehow it feels like something, I don't know what, but something. Maybe I stay because the question is still open. Maybe you stay for the same reason. Neither of us ready to close the door. You don't want me here. I can see it in your eyes. Then what am I doing in your life? What am I doing in your life? What am I doing in your life? I don't know. In your life, in your life, still here. In your life. I don't need you to explain it. I've already explained it to myself 100 times in 100 different ways. Maybe hate is too loud a word for what lives between us. Maybe it's simpler, just two people holding on to something that already let go of them. And I'm tired of asking why, and you're tired of the silence that answers. But here we are, still in the same room, still breathing the same air, still not saying the thing that would end it. Maybe there's no answer, maybe that's the answer. Two people in a room that neither leaves, holding a question, neither asks, neither asks. Just the room, just the quiet, just the weight of not knowing. You don't want me here, I can see it in your eyes. Then what am I doing in your life? What am I doing? holding both. There is a river, there's a river, and the body will run before the name, before the word, the thirst, before the word, the word. I felt it once, standing still in a field after dark. Something moved through my chest that had no start and had no end, just current, just the old unnamed pool of everything. The skin knows what the mind takes years to love, and we are made of the same water as the warm and no fell lungs love. Your skin, river skin, I feel you move. River skin, I am you too. River skin, no border here. River skin, just current, just clear. This is how I wanna be held, loosely, completely, without shape. There is a season in the chest that turns without permission, not grief exactly, not joy. Something older than both, the way the bark of a tree holds every year it ever lived without saying a word. I wanna hold my years like that without apology, without inventory. Just rings a step, just a quiet record of having been here. Everything returns to the thing it came from, and I am no different, no more separate than the river from the night. River skin, I feel you move. River skin, I am you too. River skin, no border here. River skin, just current, just clear. I used to think the body was a thing I carried. Now I think I am the thing. The body carries something older, something that arrived before I learned my own face. In the water there are mornings I wake and feel the ground. Through the floor, through the bone, a low hum that has no source I can name, and I don't try to name it, I just let it move through me the way a river moves through stone, not breaking it, just wearing it, just wearing it in something smooth than it was. We are all just water, finding ground. We are all just light passing through. Nothing is lost, it only changes shape. Nothing is lost, nothing ends, it only finds its way back to the source. Back to the source. River skin, I feel you move. River skin, I am you too. River skin, no border here. River skin, just current, just clear. Just clear. Just clear. Like a rumor in a corridor. Not a sound, just a change in the flow. Something tilts when you enter the frame. The whole room adjusts, but can't say your name.
Half the dark, half the ache. I wanna ask what's at stake. Half the dark, half the pull. Almost empty, almost full. I rehearse every version of goodbye, but my coat never makes it outside. Your attention is a weather I crave, not the sun, just the pressure of the wave.
Half the dark, half the ache. I won't ask what's at stake. Half the dark, half the thread. All the things we never said. We orbit at the radius of one. Too precise to be honest or blunt. Your wrist turns and the gravity shifts. A conversation made entirely of drift. Don't name it, he'll ruin it. It lives between the wanting and the discipline, standing in the dark. I trace the outline of your back, a country I've never mapped. Your shoulder dips, the evening bends, a dialect that never ends. The kettle hums, the floorboard ticks, your fingers drum their private mix. I memorize what you forget, the smallest debt I'll never collect. You say my name like it's a place, somewhere between a lock and lace. I wear your laughter underneath, the only proof I dare to keep. No camera could frame this right, two shapes adjusting to the light. Your jaw, your neck, your absent gaze, geometry I learned for days. Warm frequency buried in truth, the home I recognize as you. Warm frequency under the din, the broadcast only I tune in. I cross without a pledge. The wine is warm, the hour wrong. We've been pretending far too long. Your collarbone collects the lamp, your pitch goes lower, slightly down. I catalog each tiny shift. This is the hunger, this the gift. Don't measure the temperature between your wrist and my composure. Every sentence I rehearse is a window that won't shut. fully open. One frequency buried and true. The hum I recognize as you. Warm frequency, sharper than bone. The signal that delivers me all the way. Frequency. I know the shape of how you leave, the way the air forgets to breathe. I've memorized the door, the light, the half a second before the night. I don't call out, I don't run after, I just hold the quiet chapter somewhere between letting go and staying close enough to know.
I feel it too, the pull without a name. Not close enough to touch, not far enough to fade.
Far enough to let you breathe. Far enough, but still near me. Far enough, don't disappear. Far enough, I'm still right here.
There are nights I trace the distance like a map I know by instinct. Every silence has your color. Every room holds one thing older. The shape of you before you spoke. The breath you held before it broke. I didn't ask for this to stay. It just never learned to fade.
Yeah, I feel it too. The space we never close, not gone enough to grieve, not here enough to hold. Far enough to let you breathe. Far enough, but still near me. Far enough, don't disappear. Far enough, I'm still
still here,
far enough,
still here,
far enough. I keep your voice in the low register.
I keep your name where no one enters.
Not to hold you,
Not to own the space, just to remember what it felt like
to almost stay. Some distances aren't empty, they're just a shape of care. Some distances keep something that closeness couldn't bear.
Couldn't bear, couldn't bear.
Far enough to let you breathe, far enough but still near me, far enough, don't disappear, far enough, I'm still right here. Far enough, far enough, far You used to, you used to, you used to, you used to. You used to see me, now you don't. There's a version of you that I still carry, the one who noticed when I entered a room, who turned before I spoke, who knew by the weight of my silence what kind of day it had been. That version is still here in the way I walk toward you, in the habit of expecting to be found, but you look through me now. Not unkindly, that would be easier, just cleanly, like a window you forgot had a view. I keep waiting for the moment you remember I'm here. I keep standing in the same light where you used to find me. You used to see me, I felt it then. You used to know me before it went. You used to find me in every room. Now I'm standing here and you look straight through. I've been trying to remember when it changed, not the big moment, there wasn't one, just a series of small disappearances. The way you stopped asking how I was and meant it, the way your eyes moved past conversation to somewhere more interesting. The way my name in your mouth lost its way, I noticed each one like a light going out in a house I used to know room by room, until I was standing outside in the dark, wondering when I left I haven't moved. I'm where I always was. You're the one who stopped looking. You used to see me, I felt it then. You used to know me before it went. You used to find me without a word. Now I could disappear and go unheard. You used to. You used to. You used to. You used to see me, still here, still here. Strange thing is I don't think you even know. I don't think you woke up one morning and decided to stop seeing me. I think it was slower than that, quieter, the way a photograph fades, not because anyone touched it, but because time moved through it and took the color with it. And I am left holding the frame, still in the same place on the wall, still the same shape, just less visible than I used to be. And I wonder if I said your name right now, loud enough to fill the room, would you turn? Would something in you remember the frequency, or would it land like any other sound that isn't meant for you? I don't ask, already know the answer from the way you're not looking at me now. It isn't anger, it's something quieter, the kind of loss that has no name, because nothing left, it just slowly stopped arriving. And I kept setting a place at the table and waiting, for someone who was already somewhere else, without leaving. You used to see me, I felt it then. You used to know me, I don't know when. You used to through me without being asked. Now I stand here and the moment passed. You used to see me.